Good morning, America. Dangerous all-time September heat. The heroic rescues caught on camera, and the stars of the K-pop Demon Hunters are here live. Dangerous rip currents on both coasts. Hundreds of people rescued over the holiday weekend in Los Angeles County. As dangerous heat and fires strike the West, Ginger is tracking it all.
Global summit. China hosts Vladimir Putin and India's leader. Why it could have major implications for the U.S. The reaction from the White House this morning.
Ding dong ditch tragedy. Police investigating after an 11-year-old boy was fatally shot during a prank gone wrong, as police around the country warn about the viral trend.
Hershey Park hero. The man who jumped into action to save a young boy stuck on the monorail track. He tells his story.
A kind of dad instinct. It doesn't matter if it's your kid or not, it's a child. That you want to make sure they're safe as possible.
How the father of three came to the rescue despite his fear of heights.
A West Point cadet and his father racing to save a man from his car.
Larry, come on. Come on, get him out.
The heart-pounding moments before it burst into flames.
Fast food wars heating up. The big announcement from McDonald's this morning, plus what Taco Bell is bringing back.
Give them a break.
Terry, how often are you seeing people just drive by with that stop sign out?
Multiple times every day.
We've all seen the drivers who ignore the stop sign on school buses. Now, how one company is using AI-powered cameras to catch vehicle violations. Gio went on a ride-along as kids across the country get back on the bus this morning.
A sparkling performance from Naomi Osaka, knocking her friend Coco Gauff out of the U.S. Open. Plus, what the CEO behind the viral hat-snatching moment is now saying. As the last American standing, get ready for another round.
And it's a golden morning. The stars of K-pop Demon Hunters are here live, talking about the surprise smash hit of the summer. And what's next?
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
You like that album?
Huge!
It is huge.
Yes.
And they are here live this morning, K-pop Demon Hunters. Good morning, America. Hope you had a good Labor Day weekend.
We have a lot to get to this morning, including the answer to the question, is September the new January? We have the answer and how you can tackle some challenges in our new series, Fresh Start September.
All right, we'll wait for that. But we're going to begin with the dangerous weather, including the extreme heat and fires in the West, while both coasts face rip currents. Ginger's tracking it all for us. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning, Michael. So hundreds of rescues from Southern California to 50-plus rescues at Virginia Beach alone. And today, another high risk of rip currents. So what's going on? When you take northeasterly wind or onshore flow, you push it at the beaches, then you pile water up. That water's got to exit. And so you can make little channels, which make rip currents and make for really high rip current risk, which we're going to see again down through the Outer Banks and then in parts of Florida and along the panhandle of Florida as well. Today, winds are a little lighter on the West Coast, but still a moderate risk because of a west or southwest flow that stays with us for the next day or two. Now, heat, it's on, and a lot of people are going to want to be at the beach, especially in Southern California, where the temperatures will be in the 90s, if not low 100s. You'll even feel some humidity because we've got some monsoon flow and some Pacific moisture coming in. But then also the extreme heat is up here, Yakima over to Spokane. High fire danger along the California-Oregon state line, and Garnet fire now, more than 21,000 acres burned. The smoke going to be there, in central California from that, but also plenty of fires burning in Washington and Oregon and also in Canada, and that's why we see smoke all the way over to Nebraska. Guys, you talked about that all-time September heat. That's possible later this week in both Spokane and Yakima. That can be really bad up there because so few people have access to air conditioning.
Yeah, they're not used to that.
Yeah.
All right, Ginger, thank you very much. But now, overseas, a high-stakes summit. China's president hosting Russia's Vladimir Putin and India's prime minister. It could have major ramifications for the U.S., especially with India frustrated over President Trump's new tariffs. Our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, is tracking all of this for us. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Robin. China touting its diplomatic, economic and military might as enemies and rivals of the US are gathering in Beijing. Over 20 world leaders attending a giant military parade Wednesday, including Iran and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Xi Jinping promoting this idea of China as a reliable, stable partner, trying to contrast with the Trump administration's often chaotic and punitive style. India's Prime Minister Modi joining Xi and Putin Monday, jointly representing over 3 billion people and militaries over 4.5 million strong, standing shoulder to shoulder, laughing, smiling, sending a clear message and challenge to Trump over sanctions and tariffs. As you say, Modi's locked in this battle with the US over tariffs, pledging partnership with China. President Xi, in the swipe at the US, calling for opposition to, quote, Cold War mentality and bullying. So this parade Wednesday is commemorating the end of China's war against Japan. It's going to showcase the country's military might and sending a strong signal that there is an alternative world order that's now competing with US domination. George?
Okay, Ian, thanks. Let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. And Mary, as Ian just said, clear signal to President Trump.
Yeah, a very clear signal. But so far, George, the White House has been fairly quiet on what we are seeing coming out of this summit. But no doubt they are watching this closely. The message being sent to this administration is loud and clear, challenging U.S. global leadership and projecting an alternative. One White House advisor calling this show of unity, quote, troublesome. Now, these countries are taking on the U.S. on different issues. India making it clear they are not happy with Trump's punishing tariffs. In response, the president taking to social media, attacking India for buying, quote, very little from the U.S. and saying Indian proposals to cut tariffs are too late. Putin is clearly trying to shore up support with China as the Trump administration continues to threaten consequences as Russia slow walks these peace talks. The White House continues to say that all options are on the table, including sanctions. But, George, so far they haven't followed through on any of these threats.
And, Mary, here at home, the White House faced Labor Day protests across the country.
Yeah, George, in large cities from San Francisco to Chicago, New York, and here in D.C., we saw protesters speaking out against the Trump administration and voicing support for workers on Labor Day, demanding a living wage. Also protesting Trump's immigration policies and his deployment of the National Guard to major cities as the president, we know, continues to threaten to expand the use of military power on U.S. soil, George.
Mary Bruce, thanks. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. We're going to turn now to Congress, back in session with a very busy agenda and the Jeffrey Epstein file still hanging over lawmakers, with the bipartisan group set to meet with some of his victims this afternoon. Jay O'Brien is on Capitol Hill with the latest. Good morning, Jay.
Yeah, Michael, good morning. Congress now back from its August recess as of today, and right away, Republicans are going to have to jump headfirst into an issue that deeply divided them before they left, Jeffrey Epstein. As you say, in just hours, members of the House Oversight Committee, which is already poring over reams of Epstein case records that it subpoenaed from the Department of Justice, will meet with several Epstein victims, and it comes as there's this brewing effort from Democrat Ro Khanna and Republican Thomas Massie to get a handful of GOP members to defy Trump, who's told Republicans to move on, and procedurally vote to force a release of the Epstein files publicly. But that's not the only thing on Congress's to-do list. They also have to pass government funding by the end of this month and avert that looming government shutdown deadline. Meantime, before lawmakers returned up here to Capitol Hill, we also learned that longtime Democratic Congressman Jerry Nadler, who served in the House for 3 decades, the former chair of the House Judiciary Committee, announced that he will not run for re-election next year, citing the need for generational change in the Democratic Party. Michael.
Yeah, that's some big news there, Jay. And Jay, overnight, we also learned more about money President Trump and his family made through a cryptocurrency venture. What did we find out?
Yeah, Michael, we're learning that the Trump family just yesterday made $5 billion after the release of a digital coin that's from a firm that has ties to President Trump and his adult sons. Now, that firm, World Liberty Financial, says that these tokens were given to founding members of the company, that they can't be sold yet. So any gain is only on paper. But it comes as the Trump family is building this emerging cryptocurrency empire, and the president has reoriented the federal government to make the U.S., as he says, the crypto capital of the world. Now, the White House denies any conflicts of interest. They point to the fact that President Trump's assets are in a trust managed by his children. Michael.
Interesting. Okay. All right, Jay. Thank you. Robin?
Okay, Michael. Now to the fatal shooting of an 11-year-old boy in Houston after an alleged game of ding-dong ditch. A suspect is in custody this morning, and Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman joins us with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. It's a prank that's been played by generations of kids, and a version of it has recently gone viral on social media. But police say it went horrifically wrong for that 11-year-old boy in Houston when they say he rang a doorbell at a home and was allegedly chased by a man from the house who was firing, who fatally shot that boy in the back. This morning, police are investigating the tragic death of an 11-year-old boy who was shot during a prank gone wrong.
Shooting just occurred for a little boy that was shot.
The boy was ding-dong ditching with friends in a Houston neighborhood Saturday night when around 11:30 p.m. they rang the doorbell of this house and ran off. Then police say a witness saw a man run out of the house with a handgun, firing 2 to 3 gunshots, hitting one of the boys in the back.
I think they were able to run for about a block before he lost consciousness and dropped in the street.
The boy was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead the following day.
It's an innocent life taken that he could have avoided.
Come out with your hands up.
Houston Police's major assaults unit then raiding the house, detaining a middle-aged man for questioning. When they searched the house, police say they found a, quote, significant number of firearms inside. And this morning, according to court documents, the 42-year-old suspect has been arrested and charged with murder. This incident is similar to a viral door-kicking challenge trend growing on social media. Several police departments issuing warnings that the trend is not only criminal and a nuisance, but it can be dangerous. Police in Chandler, Arizona, releasing this video of a group of juveniles kicking the front door of this home, saying the group targeted that same home at least 18 times, prompting the residents to move out. Now, police departments around the country are warning that this kind of prank could be mistaken as an attempted break-in. And since there are more guns than people in the United States, what police call defensive responses from homeowners can result in very real danger. George.
It sure can. Okay, Matt, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the latest travel trouble at Newark Airport. A shortage of air traffic controllers has led to ground stops. Matt Rivers is at the airport. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. We know traveling on Labor Day weekend can always be a bit of a headache, but here at Newark Airport, we saw a particularly difficult end to this holiday weekend. A source telling ABC News staffing issues continue at the air traffic control facility in Philly that handles takeoffs and landings here at Newark. Just 3 air traffic controllers on duty last night. That meant there was no way just those 3 people could handle all those flights safely, leading to multiple ground stops and delays above 90 minutes. And it's been a tough summer here at Newark with infrastructure issues. And this weekend was the busiest Labor Day weekend in 15 years across the country, according to the FAA. But of the tens of thousands of flights that took off over the weekend nationwide, only a small fraction of them were canceled. So for most people, it was smooth sailing, Michael, except for many here in Jersey.
All right, thank you so much for that. We appreciate you, Matt. We're going to go now to the college coaching debut of Bill Belichick. His North Carolina Tar Heels losing to TCU last night. Our sports guy, Sam, has the story. Good. Why y'all laughing when I say sports guy, Sam?
Because I'm still waiting for the music. Dun, dun, dun. Sam on sports or something. All right. Well, it started great, but it got hard to watch. Bill Belichick got a lesson last night from the School of Hard Knocks as he was given a rude welcome to the college ranks after his storied NFL career. He ended his interview after the game saying, "We just have to play better."
Excitement gripping Chapel Hill. A sold-out crowd of more than 50,000 fans in North Carolina ready to celebrate the new head coach they referred to as Chapel Bill. And in the first few minutes,
And hauling it in is Jordan Ship.
there was hope that the 8-time Super Bowl winning Bill Belichick may be on the path to catapult the Tar Heels to their own glory days.
Touchdown Heels. Bill can hardly contain himself. MJ, on the other hand, and dadgum old Roy fired up about the Heels start.
But with his girlfriend Jordan Hudson and UNC legend Michael Jordan watching in a suite above, things started to go very wrong.
Hoover puts it right on the money. It's going to be a walk-in touchdown. Touchdown TCU, 75 yards and no flags.
And for the first time in 4 years, UNC losing their season opener, giving up 41 unanswered points, a career worst for Belichick as coach. Some experts saying the team looked unprepared.
This game's been going sideways since the opening drive.
Belichick hoping there will be better nights than this one when it's 48-14.
But with the season just getting started, UNC and Belichick still have opportunities to turn this around.
We're better than what we were tonight, but we have to go out there and show that and prove it. So nobody's going to do it for us. We'll have to do it ourselves.
And that's what Chapel Hill has to remember if things are just getting started. The Tar Heels will be back at it on Saturday as they travel to Charlotte for their second game, and it is a chance at reputation redemption.
Just reputation.
Yeah, I would want to ask our local expert. Do you feel like this is just growing pains?
Just get started.
Yeah.
I mean, in college, you have a lot of transfers. Kids have to learn the system, they have to learn his style. He had to learn their style. He'll be fine.
I heard
he didn't
something
just
like 70
light it up
players.
in the NFL, too. So it takes a while. You got to get the ball momentum.
Get the ball rolling.
That's positive.
You got to use that as a catchphrase.
I will at some point.
He's writing down notes. Let's stick with sports, U.S. Open.
Yes, absolutely, George. Good morning, everybody. So it was almost hard to watch for fans, knowing that at the end of the match, one of these amazing young women that you're seeing would have to go home. And it was clear that was not the plan for Naomi Osaka. Osaka just not dominated her friend from the start of the first set and just never looked back. It was over in 2 straight sets. Osaka winning 6-3, 6-2. Goff racking up 33 unforced errors. So now Osaka advances to the quarterfinals of a major for the first time since the Australian Open in 2021, Robin.
And I believe every time she advances to the quarters of a Grand Slam, she goes on to win, Osaka.
Oh, I love that stat.
May that be... Hey, I mean, come on.
Sam feels
Wait, I'm going to write this down. Let me just jot that down.
ESPN days
You're
back.
getting into Sam's territory, but I do like it.
I love that. But I do not like that hat stealing that went viral.
Speaking of tough to watch.
And the guy is now...
backtracking, shall we say.
Okay. Yeah.
Returning said hat. So here's the video in case you missed it. Polish player Kamil Miwczak gives his hat to a young fan, only to have it snatched by a grown-up man who now says he thought, oof, I thought he was giving the hat to me. But then he did see the video and now says he realizes he made a serious mistake and has since apologized to the little boy and his family.
Did the apology come with giving the kid the hat?
He did.
He gave it to him?
But the Polish player was so nice, gave him a lot of swag, the kid.
Yeah.
Good.
So who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? I mean, like, come on. I mean,
exactly.
But some Americans are still in the
Yeah, some good news. Sam, I know you know this, but number 8 seed, Amanda Anisimova, well, she won in straight sets last night, punching her ticket to the quarterfinals. She has her hands full in this one, though. She takes on Iga Swiatek. She did lose to Swiatek in the Wimbledon finals in July, but everybody out there says she looks confident and strong. Also advancing to the quarterfinals in women's doubles, Venus Williams and her partner Leylah Fernandez. They won in straight sets, and 2 Americans play their quarterfinal matches today. 4th seed Jessica Pegula, she plays at 11:30, and last man standing for the Americans, 4th seed Taylor Fritz.
Oh yeah,
big match against Novak Djokovic.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Yep, that's all we got. You got to watch it. ESPN. Everybody starts at 11:30 today.
Thank you, Lara. Coming up, Victor Kendo's in Florida, the latest on a young boy bitten by a shark. The 8-year-old was snorkeling when he was bitten.
Also, Gio is on the new way to help protect kids on the way to school. How's that going, Gio?
Well, Robin, you know what? It's the first day of school here in parts of Pennsylvania, but the school buses are rolling out, and there's new AI technology to help protect your kids. I'm going to show you what it is coming up here on GMA.
All right, we'll wait for that, Gio. And we hear from the father who jumped into action to save a young boy on the monorail track at Hershey Park. Wow. Yeah, scary situation. We have 2 stars of the movie of the summer, K-Pop Demon Hunters. Yep. They are here live. We cannot wait to talk to them when we come back with more GMA. So you stay right there on this Tuesday morning.
Back here on GMA, that is the K-pop movie phenomenon taking over social media and our screens. K-pop Demon Hunters stars Arden Cho and Mei Hung are here in our studio. Hello! They are behind the voices of Rumi and Mira. And they're going to be here live coming up on GMA.
A lot of excitement for that this morning. First new at 7:30. A race to rescue survivors is underway after a devastating earthquake in eastern Afghanistan. The death toll has surpassed 1,000 people, thousands missing. Taliban officials say they need food, clean water, and field hospitals as they try to reach the remote areas affected by the country's deadliest quake in years. Also, Florida State linebacker is fighting for his life after being shot just one day after the team's opening game win over Alabama. School officials say freshman Ethan Pritchard was shot while visiting friends and family outside Tallahassee. He's in critical but stable condition. The shooting is under investigation.
Plus, the Powerball jackpot just keeps getting bigger. There was no winner again last night, with the prize now jumping to $1.3 billion, the 5th biggest in the game's history. The next drawing is tomorrow night. And this morning, we're remembering actor Graham Greene, who died Monday after long illness. The trailblazing Canadian First Nations actor was nominated for an Oscar for his role in 1990's Dancing with the Wolves, which launched his long Hollywood career, including memorable turns in The Green Mile and Die Hard with a Vengeance. Graham Greene was 73 years old.
Quite an actor.
What a career.
We're going to turn now to the young boy who was bitten by a shark while snorkeling in the water off the Florida Keys. Victor Keno back with that story. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, George. This happened Monday afternoon about 4 miles off the coast of Key Largo. That 8-year-old boy bitten by a shark with injuries so severe, paramedics had to airlift him to a hospital in Miami. This morning, new details after a young boy was bitten by a shark off the coast of Key Largo, Florida.
I've seen a significant amount of blood loss.
According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, the 8-year-old child was reportedly snorkeling when he was bitten by a shark on Monday.
The injury is significant. He's been applied 2 tourniquets.
The young boy then airlifted to Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. The incident comes amid a string of shark sightings from coast to coast.
What a beast. That's cool.
Over in Maine, a lobsterman capturing this video of a great white. And here in Florida, lifeguards using a jet ski to drag a hammerhead out to sea.
As the water's warm, we have species moving from the southern waters into the northern waters, so you're getting species in places they weren't before.
Authorities said that 8-year-old boy was bitten just above his knee. He was in surgery Monday night. No further updates on his condition. Guys.
All right, Victor, thank you for bringing that to us. And we're going to turn now to an heroic act caught on camera. A 20-year-old Army cadet and football player and his father dragging a driver out of a crashed car just before it exploded in flames. Stephanie Ramos is here with the story. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hey, Michael. Good morning. This is an incredible story. That Army cadet is Larry Pickett Jr. He was on his way to campus with his family when they came across the crash in Orange County, New York. He and his dad racing past downed power lines to pull that driver out just before that car exploded.
This morning, the heart-stopping moment. A man is pulled from a car moments before it burst into flames.
Larry, come on.
West Point cadet Larry Pickett Jr. and his father rescuing the driver, all caught on camera. The 20-year-old sophomore was returning from dinner Saturday night with his family in New York City when they came across the crash scene.
We came upon a downed power line. We saw to the left that there was a car that had crashed on the side of the road.
Within seconds, Larry, along with his dad, springing into action.
We saw that there was a gentleman in there that needed our help.
You can see one of the downed power lines as the men carried the driver across the road to safety. Moments later, the car bursting into flames.
You hear it? That's the tires popping. Without thinking, we just reacted and went and helped as best as we could.
Yeah, I'm just grateful that we got him out, honestly. Look, we got fire in there.
You're a hero, sir.
Larry, who plays safety for the Army, says it's all kind of a blur.
It happened so fast, but just going back to what my family's taught me and just being here at West Point and them instilling different values in us like selfless service and the willingness to serve, seeing somebody who needed help and just reacting.
And thanks to that quick reaction, the man who crashed his vehicle didn't suffer any major injuries. Now, West Point says they are proud of Cadet Pickett's heroic actions, and they say that Cadet Pickett, he plans to join the infantry once he graduates there from West Point. But gosh, this young man is the epitome of selfless service. Yeah. Of course, one of the Army values.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for bringing that to us. We needed that. We needed that. There's another hero, I don't know if you saw this, who jumped into action at Hershey Park to rescue a young boy from the park's elevated monorail track. He's telling his story this morning. And Lara, I know you're back with that.
Yeah, you might not know it from watching this rescue, but the father of 3 who climbed up onto the monorail track to rescue that little boy is terrified of heights. At that moment, though, only one thing mattered. This morning, the Hershey Park hero speaking out about his viral, adrenaline-fueled rescue of a lost little boy on the park monorail.
Go that way!
Everybody was like, oh my God, there's a kid up there. There's a kid up there.
Park officials say the little boy entered a section of the monorail, which was not in operation, through a secure area that was chained and barricaded. Horrified bystanders watched him walk the monorail from below on Saturday evening.
Stop! Keep going! No, keep going!
John, a father of 3 on vacation at the park, was watching his family's belongings when it all went down.
This kid is walking on the monorail, and obviously panic kind of sits in a little bit. when you have that like kind of dad instinct, it doesn't matter if it's your kid or not, it's a child, that you want to make sure they're as safe as possible.
Springing into action, John, who is a veterinarian, ran to the roof of a concession stand, hoping it could get him close to the monorail and the little boy.
There was a fence that I jumped on, and then I was able to jump on the roof from there, and then it was a straight shot up.
John never looking back despite his fear of heights.
It didn't bother me up there because it was just concentrating on one thing, and I didn't hesitate on any of it.
The frightened little boy was in John's arms in just a few seconds as the crowd cheered from below.
So when I finally got him in my arms, honestly, there was no words. I was just mumbling, I'm so happy, I got you, you're okay. And then it was okay, now how do I get down from here? And luckily, another gentleman was waiting there for me, and he helped me out.
The boy was whisked away by staff, and as John descended from the roof, his wife spots him on top of the building.
I heard this, John! And I'm just like, and that's when it kind of like, I was able to think again and like hear everything, and I looked down, I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, yeah. I'm like, I just waved to her, I'm just like nonchalantly.
It's been a whirlwind of attention for John since Saturday night, with one special phone call from the parents of the little boy he saved.
They contacted me, and then we had a nice conversation. Obviously, super, super happy to hear that he's back with his parents. And then I got a nice thank you as well from the son, so that was nice.
And John has seen the video and cannot believe that was him who climbed onto the rail. Fear of heights still there, but he now knows he can overcome it when it really matters. Great job, John.
Apparently John's wife couldn't believe it was him.
Yes.
John, what are you doing?
Well, she knows him, right?
I know, but boy, what bravery to do that. So
nice
unselfish. It feels like the first day of school here. And as a new school year kicks off, we are back with a new tool to help crack down on drivers who break the rules of the road, passing school buses, which can, as we know, put children in danger. Our transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is at a school district outside Philadelphia that's using this new technology. Can't wait to hear about it. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Robin, good morning. Yeah, school bus drivers say they see it every single day. Cars going around these school buses as kids are trying to get on and off. And now this school district says enough is enough. You're going to get fined.
Layla, come here. No, wait! Stop!
The scenes are heart-stopping. Vehicles narrowly missing children, speeding by school buses with the stop arm out and lights flashing. This car nearly hitting 2 children waiting for the bus in Indiana earlier this year. And as more school districts begin classes across the country, a company called Bus Patrol is using AI-powered cameras on more than 40,000 buses in 22 states to catch vehicle violations. The Lower Merion School District outside Philadelphia is using the cameras this school year.
That stop sign comes out, those cameras start recording.
All 135 school buses in their fleet now outfitted with the cameras.
We're hoping we see no violations because that would be safest for kids, but realistically our expectation is we're going to start seeing a lot of them then.
They took us on a routine bus route to demonstrate how it works. Terry Robinson has been driving a school bus for 21 years. Terry, how often are you seeing people just drive by with that stop sign out?
Multiple times every day.
And in just 30 minutes, we saw several possible violations. Okay, so we have the stop sign out. This car ignoring the stop arm as it makes a turn past the bus.
That car that turned should have stopped.
So even across the street, they should have stopped.
Everything stops.
And multiple cars going past the bus on the other side of the road, failing to stop despite the flashing lights and visible stop sign. Oh, we got a bunch of cars. According to police, once a violation is identified on the camera, the company flags it to the local police department for review. And if they issue a ticket, it's a hefty fine, $300 in Pennsylvania for a first-time violation.
This system allows us to be at every stop for every school bus. So it's really going to effectively increase how we can enforce these violations.
In the nearby Marple Newtown School District, police say they ticketed more than 2,000 drivers ignoring the stop arm since that school district installed the bus patrol cameras at the beginning of the 2024 school year. And the Lower Merion School District is hoping it'll make a difference here.
It's just not worth the chance of hurting a child and having to deal with that pain for the rest of your life.
And I got to tell you, I've been looking at the school buses here all morning long. It is very hard to see these cameras. So you really don't know which school districts have them because you don't exactly know what to look for. These buses don't look any different than any other. So just follow the rules. Once you see a stop bus with that stop arm out, stop your car. Just do that. It only takes a few seconds. The school bus driver I spoke with said that usually he's not there for more than 20 to 30 seconds. And Robin, I know that you, as a school bus driver, a former school bus driver, you know how important this is.
I really do know that, Gio, and I remember back when I was driving, the same thing would happen, and you're like, what part of stop don't you understand? So glad that the school districts are doing that. Thank you for bringing that to us, Gio.
Yeah, got to imagine as if your kid's getting off that bus.
Yeah. Yes.
Stop. All right, thank you, Gio, for that. And coming up, breaking at 8, the fast food wars are heating up. How McDonald's is trying to turn back the clock to bring more customers back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Dangerous rip currents on both coasts. Hundreds of people rescued over the holiday weekend in Los Angeles County as heat and fires strike the west. Ginger tracking it all.
Cardi B in court.
Hello.
Closing argument set to begin for the superstar rapper, accused of assaulting a security guard at a doctor's office after the Grammy winner's fiery testimony last week.
And K-Pop Demon Hunters is taking over the world. And this morning, the stars are here live, talking about the smash hit movie, the songs we can't get out of our heads, and if there's going to be a sequel. And they're saying,
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Shouldn't they be in school?
Yeah. Maybe like excused absence for the first hour.
That's right.
And worth it.
And worth it. So
Good
worth
morning,
it.
America.
Coming up, also, our friend Robin Arzone is here for it's a new series. It's called Fresh Start September. Look at her, because September is a new January, and this month, actually a great time to fine-tune an existing habit or start a new one by the end of the year. And so we are all going to tell you our goals, and Robin's going to tell us ways we can achieve them that you can use to work toward any goal that you may have.
Yeah, and after we say them, we got to stick to them.
I know. I love it.
We're going to do an update. George already looked a little nervous over there when I said that. All right, also ahead, we have the big news from McDonald's this morning as it tries to win back customers. That is all coming up.
First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the dangerous weather, including the all-time September heat and fires in the west. Both coasts are facing rip currents. Ginger, of course, is tracking it. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, it was a busy weekend, George, for rip currents from the west coast in Los Angeles. Hundreds of rescues, and Virginia Beach, more than 50 rescues. They still have a high risk for rip currents today because we've had onshore winds. So what that means is when you get the wind pushing a bunch of water at the shore, which it will today with the northeast flow, it's going to pile up and then it's got to exit. And so it's going to come through these channels, which forms rip currents. So there, down to Jacksonville, Daytona Beach, even over close to Panama City, just east of Apalachicola, watch for some of the high risk of rip currents and definitely only swim with lifeguards. Now, with a west wind today, moderate risk for Los Angeles beaches. So if you're going to Huntington or anybody else, Santa Monica, watch for that. And you're probably going to want to go to the beach. If you're in the valleys, you're going to have heat advisories around Los Angeles, up to Bakersfield, Burbank's included there. Some of the temperatures mid-90s up to 100. Yakima 100 today, Spokane 102. You want extreme heat and the potential for all-time September, not just daily records, but all-time September heat possible for Spokane. 102 Wednesday, still 99 Thursday. Even Salt Lake still quite warm till they drop below 90 on Friday. Now, this is going to come along with a lot of fire danger, too. There are dozens of fires burning. So we've got those dry thunderstorms, Michael, that the lightning makes it to the ground, but the rain doesn't.
Well, a lot going on, and we're happy to have you here to share it with and let us know about it. Ginger, thank you so much for that. We're going to go now to the closing arguments in the Cardi B civil case. The rap superstar is accused of assaulting a security guard outside a Beverly Hills medical facility in 2018. Janae Norman is here with more on this. What testimony this is, Janae?
It has been quite a trial to watch, guys. That security guard is asking for $24 million in damages. Cardi B claims that there was no physical contact, just a verbal altercation, but her charismatic testimony on the stand creating viral moments on social media.
Gotta play it safe, no face, no case.
This morning, Cardi B does have a case, a civil one, and it'll soon be in the hands of a jury. The hip-hop superstar faces allegations of assault stemming from a 2018 incident outside of Beverly Hills OBGYN's office with a security guard. The Grammy winner taking the stand last week for some, at times, colorful testimony.
And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to beat my Hello?
Cardi claiming the security guard, Imani Ellis, was the aggressor who tried to record her while visibly pregnant with her first child. Cardi had yet to announce her pregnancy.
I don't want people to be in anything that has to do with medical in your business. It's just especially something that is so sacred as your pregnancy is yours.
Earlier, Ellis told jurors once she recognized the star, the rapper turned physical.
She touched my nose, but she scratched my cheek.
When we look at damages, what we have to remember is what was the underlying injury to the plaintiff. Cardi B is alleging that as Miss Ellis was violating her right to protection to visit her doctor's office. Everything about a doctor's office is protected by HIPAA. That is our right to privacy when we're visiting a doctor, as well as all of our medical records.
So closing arguments are set for today, but clips of Cardi testifying have gotten tens of millions of views on social media. All of this, guys, just weeks ahead of the release of her highly anticipated sophomore album, aptly titled, Am I the Drama?
She's just being herself.
No, I got it.
Clear your throat.
Thank you both. Thank you both very much. All right, now we got the latest in the fast food wars. McDonald's this morning announcing its popular extra value meals are making a comeback. Also making a comeback, Elizabeth Schulze from maternity leave. It's so wonderful to have you back. And she has all the details for us. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Robin, good morning. I'm so happy to say good morning to you and to be back with all of you guys. So let's talk today about this latest boom by McDonald's, trying to win back those customers who've really been turned off by high prices. The fast food chain is now announcing this morning the return of 8 extra value meals on its menus nationwide starting next week. So, for example, sausage egg McMuffin meal with hash browns and a small coffee, just $5, or a Big Mac meal, which comes with medium fries and medium drink, that would be $8. We know McDonald's has faced some intense backlash over menu prices, with that Big Mac combo as high as $18 in one location. So it is now cutting its prices and it's increasing its value offerings. Overall, when you look at prices, we have seen the price of going out to eat far outpace the cost of food at home. Grocery prices up 2% in the past year, while restaurants are up about 4%. So another strategy in these fast food wars now is a focus on nostalgia. Starting next week, Taco Bell bringing back 5 of its most requested menu items from the early 2000s, all for $3 or less. That Y2K menu is going to feature the chili cheese burrito and double-decker taco. You can actually get early access to some of these menu items if you download Taco Bell's app. A lot of these fast food chains are hoping that their app's deals and these loyalty programs are going to get customers to keep coming back, guys.
We're so glad that you keep coming back. You haven't missed a beat. It's like riding a bike with you.
I am happy I remember how to ride that bike, and I am really, really happy to be back, guys. I missed you.
Okay, Elizabeth, you take care. We're going to come up with our GMA Morning Menu next. Robin Arzone is here for Fresh Start September. I love that. Fresh Start September. It's going to tell us that all of us here at the desk, we have some goals and we want to achieve by the end of 2025. She's going to help us stay accountable, and Robin has tips for you at home too.
Also ahead, award season is already heating up. The A-list actors and movies already generating Oscar buzz. We'll tell you about it in Pop News.
Plus, Tori Johnson is here with Deals and Steals with free shipping on everything. And Larry and Sam are with 2 of the biggest stars of the moment. Hey, you 2.
Michael, no one has any idea how big this show is right now. K-Pop Demon Hunters is everywhere. Probably on your screens over and over and over. And the big stars are right here, Larry.
Yeah, Arden Cho, Mei Hong, the actresses who play Rumi and Mira in The Breakout Hitter, telling us all about the phenomenon and their hopes for a sequel. Coming up on GMA.
We are back now with our GMA cover story. And many of us think January is the only month on the calendar that's for starting new goals. But September can be the perfect time to, fine tune a habit, maybe start a new one by the end of the year. We all here have something we'd like to accomplish before 2025 comes to a close, and here to help us and to help you at home is our fine contributor, Robin Arzon. Robin, always good to see you again. Okay, September. What's up with September? Why September?
September is the new January. We do not have to wait until January 1st to fine-tune a goal, to evolve, to level up. And really what derails people in January is often taking on too much at once. So I'm advising, not only September is the new January, we are going to take one goal at a time and iterate slowly and intentionally.
Ooh, intention. That's always so very good. So we all have a goal that we'd like to achieve, and they're like 3 buckets. We're a mindfulness, a community, and movement. And I know George, Michael, Lara, you all are in that movement category. What's yours, Michael?
Well, yeah, perfect. I think September's perfect because golf season, as George knows, in the Northeast kind of coming to a close. So I need to lose some weight because I've been kind of sitting there playing a little golf. So I want to lose about 6 pounds. I saw some pictures the other day from a Magic Mike day. I want to get that 6 pounds. Wow. You know, I just want to be one of those guys that walks around with your shirt off all the time for no reason. That's really it. I just want to be more committed, more mindful, and just more consistent.
I want to see those Magic Mike pictures.
We don't need to show them out here on
DNA. What about you?
I'm going to have to call Michael in I'm trying to reach some new PRs on strength training, on a few different exercises. And I've gotten so close but hit a plateau, so I have to get to that next level.
Okay. Yeah. And Lara?
I'm trying. You just said golf season's almost over. Well, this is a problem because I actually really want to get better at golf. Ooh. It's a way for me to spend more time with my husband, and it's also easier on my body. The tennis thing my body's talking to me, and it's saying that maybe I need to take it down a notch. And golf is a great way to stay active, which is really helpful for me. Frustration tolerance. Yeah. So that's my goal.
What's your suggestions here?
All right. So let's start with Michael. So we're going to help him get to his thirst trap photos. My favorite core exercise, Michael, I'm sure you've done a ton of them over the years as an NFL superstar, but I'm going to show the folks at home. And you know what? Anything for you, Michael. I will plank in a suit. Okay? There we go.
I'm going to join you just because it's
There we go. So head to heel, you are one long straight line, wrists and elbows underneath your shoulders. And you know what? I challenged myself in August when I was tempted to scroll on social media. I tried to do it in a plank. So new challenge.
Triple your time.
New challenge.
Because then you're doing one arm. Then you're doing the one arm.
No, exactly.
The other,
it would be like, okay. Really challenging. Okay, George, I love that you are focused on a lifting PR. So tracking is going to be hugely important. And you mentioned a plateau. Sometimes a plateau is a launching pad. What I say is that strength is a long game. Strength takes years. And you want to be repeating the same lift every single week and then creating a benchmark, call it every 16 weeks. So every 16 weeks, I test my bench, my squat, and my deadlift just to see where I am.
Those are the 3.
Those are my 3.
Great, he's already on it. You're already on your way.
We should let people know PR means personal record.
Personal record, that's right.
I totally was like, what is PR? Sam.
I got you, George.
George is already on his way.
Sports phenomenon.
Okay.
We already have accountability partners in each other right here.
That's right.
Lara, let's talk about golf.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got, girl.
I mean, this is like, I can do the mini golf's not a problem.
Oh, wait, I'm down movement of this. Can you?
No, I'm all right.
Sam,
I'm all right.
right.
Well, I'm all right. I do tend to, I'll never hit it hard enough in fear of going to, the putting game is weak.
Okay, but so this is the huge thing. As adults, we're not used to fumbling and being potentially bad at something. So we're going to trade perfection for curiosity. I learned how to swim last summer. Literally learned how to swim from the beginner.
The curiosity
got a coach,
is really good.
got in the pool, and I told myself every time I got in the pool, I'm not a swimmer yet. You're not a strong putter yet.
I'm not as strong anything in golf.
Okay, but this is yet, right?
Yep.
And when we check in and when we have consistency and our teammates around us and that intention, we're going to build on it. So we're going to trade perfection for curiosity.
All right,
you must know me. I like that. Curiosity. All right, okay, go on with your bad self there, Lara Spencer. Okay, so that's movement. Mindfulness is something that I'm working on, and I understand that's your goal as well. What's yours?
So mine is to swap evening scrolling time for fun reading.
Ooh,
And I say
that's a
fun
good
reading
one.
because I'm a
That
big
is,
reader,
yeah.
but I pressure myself into nonfiction or wellness studies or whatever.
Okay.
I'm trying to bring the Scholastic Book Fair energy into my fall.
Good for you.
That's my goal.
Yeah, mine is meditation. I want to be more consistent with it, especially with a second meditation. And you really motivated me about a second motivation. We were traveling to the national championship in Atlanta. It was a late flight. We'd been up all morning long. And I remember looking over in the flight, and I thought you were sleeping, but you were actually meditating.
Yeah.
You were doing your
It's
meditation.
like starting my second day.
I know. So, but how can we stay accountable, both of us?
Habit stacking is what is a tool where you're layering the new habit onto something that you already do.
Right.
So if it were something in the morning, maybe you'd habit stack with coffee. For me, for evening, it's going to be when I plug in my phone, when I brush my teeth, I'm going to take out the book I'm going to read. And that is just putting on autopilot something that is new, that requires eliminating some of that friction.
Yeah, because you're already thinking about that, and you're already doing that thing, but you're just changing, you're just tweaking what you're doing during that
You
time.
already have the momentum, so you're just adding
I
another
like
layer.
that. All right, community, our two bookends over here. So what are yours?
Start with you, Jen.
Okay, well, I want to volunteer more, but I especially want to get my boys involved. So volunteering as a family, it's a whole thing, but also I need to know where to start because it's hard with kids.
And Sam?
No, for me, it's like good use of my free time because what I find is that, we do so much that's out and about in crowds that when I get home, I close the door. And it's like my sanctuary and I don't bust out. And when people say, hey, can you come to this? Hey, can you do that? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm here. And I do want to be out more. I want to get past that comfort zone in the house.
Well, for Sam, I would start with you. You're going to look at 1 week in your schedule, and you're going to audit that schedule, spot the areas where you're like, oh, I did have 45 minutes here, 60 minutes there, and swap one of those moments a week where you're going to make it intentional.
Okay.
Are you going to engage? Are you going to socialize? And I understand that energetic system kind of, you need that internal reboot, but there's also a way for you to find your edges and socialize more, so that's even more fulfilling.
So it's like a little step. It's like actually scheduling in, I'm going to add some of this time to do something outside.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. And Ginger, for you, I love that you are going to be using your family dynamic to give back to the community. Obviously, a volunteer organization, a passion that lights you up and fills you with purpose, and maybe even rotating the cause and having your kids and your family members incorporated into the selection process. That's going to really make it part of the family dynamic.
That one is huge because the boys will feel more, like even if they get to make their food, they feel more involved.
Exactly.
So that does make a lot of sense. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so inspired by all of you.
Are we all in it?
I feel good.
Okay, we're in.
And there is some accountability when you say it on national television. That doesn't hurt. But on Thursday, Robin's going to be back. She's going to be answering your questions about how to create and stick to a goal before the end of the year. And she's going to have a checklist that people can download and get started right away. Right?
Good luck. You got this.
Yeah.
You got this.
We've got a little deals and steals action going on this morning. One of Tori Johnson's favorite things and one of ours is
Free
shipping from products all from small businesses. So Tori,
Okay, something else that's a favorite.
All right.
How about dazzling with diamonds?
You know I love
I
this.
know, I couldn't tell if you are a white gold or yellow gold. I feel like you're yellow gold, but I know that like you're Mr. Diamond.
Look at that. That is
That
gorgeous.
is 10 karat total weight. These are lab diamonds from Grown Brilliance. So we've got tennis bracelets that really up that arm candy,
Oof, is that pretty.
solitaire necklaces, and then the earrings, my whole earring stack. These are all lab diamonds. They sparkle
Look
so
how great
much.
in this light in the studio. They're going
but
crazy.
They sparkle no matter the light.
Yeah.
I love lab diamonds. I love all of these from Grown Brilliance. Phenomenal deal. Everything slashed in half plus free shipping.
Free shipping.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you taking this away?
I certainly
sorry,
have
that
it in
one
my
goes
hand.
back on the table.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. All right. I feel like so many weeks I am hearing every single day an air quality alert, alert.
Yep.
And so we often don't think of what air pollution does to our skin. So when we have these air pollution alerts and all of these heavy metal particles and all of this stuff from the air.
It really does sit on your skin. Yep.
Yes,
yep.
and that accelerates the premature signs of aging on our skin. So you can do everything right, but if you go out in the sun and you're not wearing SPF, sun damage is going to ruin your skin.
That's a mistake.
Well,
exactly
this
right.
is all designed to be specifically climate adaptive. It is scientifically validated, clinically proven. This one right here, smoke alarm drops. This is one that when you hear those air quality alerts, a drop of this onto your face is going to protect your skin barrier from those negative effects of air pollution. So this whole line is phenomenal, truly scientifically validated, all 50% off and free shipping.
I like
it's a good
everything
one.
about this. I'm asking you to wear a mask.
Are great.
Why wouldn't you protect your skin?
You got it.
Yep.
Or you wear SPF.
Yep.
Why not protect?
Why not protect your skin?
All right, Sunday Citizen. This is their newest fabric. They call it Cloud Silk, and you've got two different sides. You've got this kind of comfy, cozy on one side, and then this unbelievably soft on the other side. So you get
like
to
silk.
choose. Yeah, it's like a silky feel. So you get to choose. We've got comforters and pillow shams. These are just a way to elevate your bed. Plus, all machine washable, so they're practical, not just plush and beautiful, but practical too. 50% off and free shipping.
It's textured but soft.
Yes,
It's not scratchy, it's soft.
Okay, Spongel, body wash infused buffers. This is one for men. This is the extreme buffer. Smell how good that is.
That smells really
yeah,
fresh.
So it's that's the extreme buffer. Body wash infused in these, so it brings a spa-like experience to any shower. We also have these pedi pops that are really great because you get to do grooming and also heel softening in one specific treatment.
And my feet are a mess after summer.
Oh, we're gonna take care of that. We've got men, women, and kids, all 50% off and free shipping, starts at $6.
All right, great deal.
Okay.
Is this a massage thing?
This is a massager. So look, you can see like here, all of this, this kneading going on. You're gonna put that behind. It's upside down. We're gonna turn it the other way.
Okay, turn it the other way.
We're gonna turn it the other way so that you're gonna get the real benefits here, right there. And you get, that's on the lowest intensity. We could really pump that up, and it's great for neck, back, shoulder pain.
But it really works.
It really works. Plus, you can go hands-free, which is also great. This is a really great one from Miko, 50%, 65% off.
Whatever it costs, get this, because my eyes are already in the back of my head.
It's a good one.
This is fantastic.
All right, then we're ending on motion.
Okay.
Oprah Daily called these the best sneakers for all-day comfort. You got your all-day comfort there.
I'm all-day comfortable right now.
You got your all-day comfort there. These sneakers are fabulous because they've got what they call a little extra pep in your step because of the way that the shape is designed. So it gives you stability when you're standing, but then a little extra pop,
bounce,
a little pop. Plus, they're lightweight, they're fabulous looking. We've got slip-ons and lace-ups. All Day Comfort comes at 60% off and free shipping from Motion. And yes, we're gonna say it. We're gonna say it, or you're gonna say it.
Right,
Go
Tori,
ahead, you say
we
it.
partnered with all these great companies for all these products. You can get them at gmadeals.com, but also
plus the 25 from yesterday.
Right,
for
from
free shipping.
yesterday. If you didn't get yesterday's deals, you can still shop them. KPop Demon Hunters live.
Live from ABC. Welcome back to GMA. Live from New York City.
Golden. It's the story of us.
Wow, look at that. You know, that song, that was Golden. It is the #1 hit song from the global movie phenomenon, KPop Demon Hunters. And that is taking over social media and breaking box office and Netflix records. Please welcome for their first morning show appearance, two of the stars, Arden Cho, the voice of Rumi, and May Hong, the voice of Mira. Welcome to you, ladies. Great to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to see
Welcome
you.
to GMA.
How are you? Nice to see you. And all your fans are here too.
Yeah,
please have a seat.
Oh, you know, I mean, you got a lot of fans. You got kids who are missing school for you. I just want you to know that. But and Arden, I read this. This is such a hit. And it would just seem like it's just a natural ebb and flow of your career. But at one point, you were thinking about quitting acting before this happened.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think after Partner Track didn't get picked up for the second season, I kind of thought that was my time. You know, I'd been doing this for over 20 years and took a break, a big break, told my team I was done, traveled for a year, did all the bucket list things I wanted to do. And then when KPop Demon Hunters came up, I loved the story. I loved that it was a Korean specific, you know, it's in Korea, but the girls are so cool and it's fun. And sent a voice note from a hotel room.
Really?
Yeah.
And here we go.
Yeah, and here we go. Here we are.
Here we are,
Yeah.
because this really just took off, mate. Nice to see you, by the way.
Thank
Love
you.
having
Nice
you guys
to see
here.
you.
So you're surrounded by just a few young fans. I'm afraid that when you leave the building today, there might be thousands more when they find out that you guys are here. So I don't know yet. So all of them they helped this become Netflix's #1 film of all time.
Amazing. Yeah, congrats on that.
And I think because it's resonated with people of all ages, I mean, like, I'll put I'll put Golden on my workout list. I really, really will. Was there a moment when you realized this was going to be bigger than you guys thought it was going to be?
My cousin's kids started treating me very differently. It was suddenly very popular, and it was like, oh, they're really a lot more interested in me than before. And I think that's what I knew. Yeah.
But we have a special message from your co-stars in Korea who weren't able to be here this morning with us. So we're going to check that out right now.
Good morning, America. Hi, I'm Ji Young-yu. I play Zoe in K-Pop Demon Hunters.
My name is An Yusup, and I play the role Chi-Nu.
We so wish we could be there today.
But we want to thank you so much for making our movie such a big hit.
Kids, I have a question for you. What's your favorite song?
Soda Pop.
Or Golden?
Oh, wow. All right. All right, so here we go, kids. We got Golden, Soda Pop, How It's Done, Free. Which one is your favorite?
Golden over here. How It's Done. Golden. So many over there. Give me a cheer over there. What's your favorite one? Golden. I gotta say, it's what we're playing, and it's super catchy. I need to ask both of you, because you sing all of these songs, and you're gonna be singing them for a while now, right? So is there one when you get home that sticks in your head that you find, like when you're making coffee, that you're humming it and you didn't even know you were humming it?
Always humming Golden. I mean, it's so catchy. I feel like just yesterday we were walking around the streets of New York singing Golden.
May?
Also Golden.
Also?
I mean, it's between that and what it sounds like. I feel like I go back and forth.
And you know, K-pop is so big. I'd never forget whenever we had groups like BTS in the studio when we were in Times Square, that people would line up the night before and sleep in Times Square just to get a glimpse of the band. You're getting attention from BTS. How does that feel?
That's pretty wild.
That's pretty wild. How does that feel for you? Like BTS it knows and is showing attention and love for you.
I mean, I think it's just nice that we have actual K-pop stars that are happy with the movie and feeling like very well represented.
There's no way with all of this action that there can't be a #2. There's already some kind of like chatter about it. I think the fans even started chattering about it before the professionals started chattering about it. So what do we know about the idea of having one?
I don't know anything. I really don't, actually. I'm not even being mysterious. I really don't know anything.
Your eyes said a different story, Meg.
So mysterious. I don't know.
But has anyone been talking with you guys about it? So it hasn't been greenlit, or it has? Can we get a secret?
Nothing official. So please keep watching the movie, streaming the music, and I mean, I think we all have our fingers crossed.
Well, I will tell you this. The answer to the question is already here. Yeah. Do you all want a second movie? Yeah! There we go. There's the answer to the question right there. You don't have to be so secretive.
Oh, you don't want these kids to riot.
You don't want to riot. You don't want to riot.
No.
You got to make the kids happy.
We definitely have to make the kids happy. For the fans, right?
We won't go to school.
It's about to be a revolution. So is there anything that I don't know, if we were to think of a #2, is there a direction that you would think that you would just naturally take your character, May?
I would love to see Mira's softer side. Kind of like, I've been saying lately that I would love to see her interact with Derpy and Sussy, because I want to hear her sort of reach a vocal pitch that you normally don't hear.
Yeah. And?
I mean, I'd love to see where Rumi's family is from. I'd love to know the story of how Mom and Dad met and how Huntrix formed. And then we've got to go find Gino.
Well,
or save him.
I loved in reading your note that it was very like culturally and family specific to you, that you thought the whole, being a Korean story was important for you to tell. So to me, this tracks with the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so exciting and rare to have Korean leads. And again, to be so three-dimensional and deep. The story is something that everyone can relate to, even though it is culturally specific.
Yeah, and the music too. K-pop was not huge in America, and I think a lot of people thought, oh, America hasn't really found it yet. It was always kind of there simmering.
Oh, it was simmering when I would go to work and see all those kids outside. I was like, something's hot in here.
But it feels like it's on a full rapid boil right now. So the music, you guys may have just popped that over the top.
Yeah.
And we're happy we're happy that you took that career reset. And now you're back.
But sometimes it's interesting how life works. Like, I think if the reset hadn't happened, I might not be here.
Yeah.
Like, or if I had gotten a second season or third season, I wouldn't have had time to do K-pop Demon Hunters. And so I feel like that reset allowed me to feel fresh and new and great and want to do something like this. And now I feel like I have a whole new vision and excitement towards all of this. And our movie brings so much joy.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, this is your first time morning show appearance. It won't be your last, especially when part 2 comes out. Yeah, the second movie comes out, you got to come see us.
When? Yeah, when.
Not
Call
if,
us.
when.
We'll see you.
Well, thank you both for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah. All right, let's give it up one more time. And K-Pop Demon Hunters is streaming now on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, you're way behind. You better catch up.
Pop news.
Yeah, Lara had to go out because she's working a little bit later today. And so here we are, pinch hitting. Is that right? Pinch hitting. A forced serve or error in pop news. All right, let's get started this morning because yes, Rock, we can smell what you're cooking. The buzz is getting louder around the 98th Annual Academy Awards, and we can smell what The Rock is cooking because everyone thinks it might be an Oscar nod. Based on the reception at the Venice Film Festival, Dwayne Johnson is starring in The Smashing Machine as legendary two-time UFC heavyweight champion Mark Kerr, along with Emily Blunt. And last night, their film got an astonishing, guys, 15-minute standing ovation. George, it just doesn't happen at Venice. Bringing Johnson to tears, and his emotions caused the director, Benny Safdie, the real-life Mark Kerr, also to break down crying. The Smashing Machine debuts here in the U.S. on October 3rd, so many of us haven't even seen it yet, and Dwayne will join us right here in the studio next month to tell us all about it.
Could not happen to a nicer. I mean, he is so kind, so generous every time that he's here with us.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite people just to spend time with, to be around.
And the Safdies as well.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Oh, really?
Good for them.
All right, good. Well, then that's good on all accounts. All right. And in TV news, hey, it may be still 59 days until Halloween, but we've already got the spicy latte thing or whatever that is. But we're in the mood because we're less than 24 hours away from the second half of Wednesday. It drops on Netflix tomorrow. And these episodes will feature a brand new monster, if you will, Mother Monster herself. To be specific, the streamer has revealed a first look at Lady Gaga in character as Rosaline Rotwood, calling her a vision in Venom. Netflix previously described Gaga's character as a legendary Nevermore teacher who crosses paths with Wednesday. And over the long weekend, Gaga teased that her new single, Dead Dance, will be dropping alongside the new episode. Wednesday, part 2, begins streaming on Netflix tomorrow. Perfect time because I'm just finishing part 1.
Well, then,
perfect. Thank you
He
for me.
was new scoop. He's in the new one.
All right. It may be morning, but it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, wherever Jimmy Buffett was, right? Jimmy Buffett fans know that, and they're celebrating the legacy of Margaritaville. Thousands of parrot heads, as they like to call themselves, gathered in Key West, if you will, Florida. Oh, I wish we were there right now, Robin, over the weekend to honor the artist and his music on the 2nd anniversary of Buffett's passing. The 4-day festival called Just a Few Friends in Key West included a parade down Duval Street.
Oh, Sloppy Joe's.
Sloppy Joe's bar is good.
I'm sure you and Robin wanted to be right in the middle of all that.
Do we have our hats ready? Do we have hats ready?
Absolutely.
All right. Good. I just want to make sure. All right, creative costumes listening to the countless tribute bands, all to celebrate Buffett's lifestyle, immortalized in his signature hit, Margaritaville. Buffett discovered Key West for himself back in the early 70s. So many authors and writers and artists have discovered it in times in their life. It's a place to kick back and write some of his best material. His sister revealing, down here, he found his niche and he found home, adding his poetry and his lyrics that really captivated him and really threw him into the masses, all found right there.
He is loved. Love down
Absolutely.
there.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, that was
Let's go to Ginger.
Thank you, George. And there's a new season of the hit true crime docuseries Betrayal. It is the chilling tale of single mother whose whirlwind romance with a charming doctor seems like a dream come true until a shocking discovery reveals some dark secrets. Betrayal, Under His Eye, is streaming now on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
I don't know if you're ready for this. Coming up, a real trailblazer, actor, broadcast journalist, author Jane Kennedy is here to tell us about her new memoir when we come back. Cannot contain my excitement. We're back now with the trailblazing Jane Kennedy, the first black woman to win Miss Ohio, first black woman broadcaster on a live nationally broadcast NFL pregame show. Remember, her career has inspired many, myself included, and her new memoir, Plain Jane, tells a story of the triumphs and challenges she went through. Please, a big GMA welcome to the one and only Jane Kennedy. Honey, I remember we talked a couple of years ago, and you said, you know, I've written this memoir. I don't have a publisher. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And we gave you a big old shout out on GMA.
You did.
And then what happened?
What a surprise what happened. You know, I didn't think you were going to do that. I thought you were going to call me back and say, we have some ideas. Next morning, everybody's blowing up my phone. And they're saying, turn on Good Morning America, turn on Robert. She's shouting you out. And I couldn't believe it. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, because that was the beginning of this journey.
And you know what? I wasn't doing you any favor. It's so deserving. So deserving and so worthy of this. Just tell us how this all came about, because here you are, Miss Ohio, legendary career in broadcasting, an actress and all that, and then you name your Plain Jane. You're anything but a Plain Jane. Talk about the meaning behind that.
Well, Plain Jane is just because that's who I am. I'm a simple person. I have dreams like everyone else. I have family like everyone else. I have memories. I go back to my childhood when I started thinking about, you know, how my family raised me. And I always promised myself when I went to Hollywood that I would never be anything other than what they raised me to be. So it was always important to me to stay true to myself. You know, there were plenty of opportunities to go the other way, but I never wanted to do that. And so when I came to a title for the book, it just came so simply, Plain Jane. And I figured, well, through all the iterations, they're going to change the title of the book anyway. They never did.
They loved it.
From day one, everybody loved it.
I know, and I'm going to tell you, I read it cover to cover. You do not hold back. You talk about remarkable the accomplishments and what that took, but also didn't shy away from the challenges, the scandal with the tape and all that. It was a very important, this is your story, and you wanted to control the narrative, correct?
Exactly. I did not want to have someone else. A lot of people have been writing about me everywhere. So throughout all these years, but I wanted to be able to tell my own story in my own words. That was important to me. And I knew that I had to be truthful, because I had written several versions of it and scrapped it, went back, and it's 25 years I've been working on it.
Really?
So, you know, I would go and I'm trying to find a way to make it all put together. And then it just came to me, and I said, you know, if I don't tell my whole truth, no one will remember the rest of it. And if this is going to be a career about my legacy, I have to tell the whole truth. And I wrote the whole book before I met the chapter, wrote the chapter about the tape, because that was the hardest part. Losing my father was extremely hard. So all of those pieces I knew would fit in somewhere, but I had to finish everything else before. I had to wait till my children were graduated and out of college. and then I would be able to tell my story.
Yeah, and we're not going to get into the tape because they can read the book for themselves and find the backstory.
Yes.
And one of your daughters is here.
Yes, Zaire,
yes.
Copper, Cheyenne, and Savannah is here too, but she's in the green room because she has a little 10-month-old son, my grandson.
Oh, so, I know how proud you are.
You have no idea, and now he's walking.
It happened so quickly. Can I just tell you, the NFL today, I was studying broadcasting, wanting to be a sports journalist, and I look up and I see you. Talk about the trailblazing that you did. And I know looking at you right now, right there. And do you feel that when you watch today, and it's not a big deal to see a woman doing sports like it was?
Well, quite honestly, you know, I didn't realize the trail that I was blazing at that time because life was going so fast for me. I began as an actress, singer, dancer, and that evolved, went into 8 years before the NFL Today even came about. It was extremely difficult to land a job on the NFL Today because they were not looking for a black woman. When I went into the audition, and they said it was the greatest talent hunt since Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind. And I mean, and they ended up with narrowing it down to 16, and I was part of that 16. That was pretty incredible. But when I walked in the room, 15 were blonde.
Oh, they weren't you.
They were not looking for me.
No, I know, but they found you, and we found you.
I made them find me.
Yes, you did. You discovered that. I hope people pick this up because it is anybody who doesn't feel worthy or they don't see themselves in a space, you show them how to do it.
Yes, and I also wanted to say that when people feel that they're not worthy, they should never quit because that's the message of the book. The message of the book is to always find yourself evolving. You know, someone had mentioned to me that I should do a master class in strategic pivoting because I've done so many different things. And I just wanted to make sure that people love the book as much as I do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Plain Jane is out today.
God bless you. Without you, this would not have happened.
You did it. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Jane wanted me to tell you, her book also available Audible.
Yeah.
She tells it.
Have a great day, Darren.